Welcome, brother. It's been too long since we last spoke. About 4 days, and I can't let that happen. So diving straight into it, you might be working very hard. You might be putting in a lot of effort, more effort than you've ever done in your whole life. And you might be wondering to yourself, why the hell am I not seeing the results that I'm after? Yeah, mate, I've been there too. First point of action, first objection, you may say, are you really working as hard as you think? Because if you've come up from being an absolutely depressed, lazy, action-taking loser, just like me, then your idea of hard work probably is a lot lower than you realize. What you think is like a proper grind now will be a breeze in a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years if you carry on making progress. Because the level of intensity always goes up the higher you climb in whatever path you choose to take in life, because there are always levels. There's a hierarchy. There's mediocrity. There's the average person who just plods along, scraping by, barely making any progress, having little spikes here, little troughs there. Nothing too crazy, just pretty stagnant his whole life. But that's not you and I, brother, because you're watching this video, right? So you're clearly on this whole self-improvement side of YouTube. And that means you're an ambitious guy. You want more out of life. Welcome to the club, brother. I know I am not happy with my current situation. I'm enjoying the ride, don't get me wrong. I'm loving putting in effort and acquiring new skills in order to reach my destination, but like the actual circumstances of my life right now, I'm not that happy with. I'm actually not happy with them at all. But bringing it back to the topic of this video, what the hell do you do when you're putting in so much effort and you're not seeing results? You're just banging your head against the wall and you can't figure out what's wrong. Well, that's why you can't do this stuff alone. You need a second pair of eyes on you that have way more experience, way more knowledge, and way more wisdom in whatever goal you're trying to accomplish, to come and spot what your problems are and help you solve them in real time. And obviously you can find the information for yourself, right? This whole internet thing is full of information. There's more than enough information out there. You can go on a rabbit hole, you can study this, you can experiment with that, you can try a bit of this, try a bit of that. And ultimately, you're going to figure it out eventually if you try enough things and you never give up. But my goodness, how long is that going to take? Seriously. Why waste all that time when you can actually just get a professional who has the exact knowledge and skills that is relevant to your situation to help you out and send you on the right track? Because working hard is absolutely pointless if you're working hard and you're scattered in a whole bunch of million directions and you're working hard on the wrong things. Let me give you a perfect example that this video was inspired about. Yesterday, I was in the field at my sales job with a veteran. This guy's a pro. He's been in the whole sales game for decades. And he's very high ranking. He's built himself up into a very high position within this industry. And before, I won't lie to you, my sales performance was all over the place. Some days I'd come in and I'd absolutely kill it. I would walk away with a feeling, oh yeah, I'm the man. Yeah, I got so many sales. And then the next day, flop. And I was very frustrated because, in my opinion, I thought I was putting in a lot of effort. And maybe I was. I definitely was trying very hard, but the people I was with, the people who were mentoring me before, they were giving me way too much positive feedback and not enough constructive criticism. They were blowing smoke up my ass and making me feel very good about myself, but ultimately there were so many flaws that I had in my game that were finally patched yesterday. Finally, after all of these weeks, because I haven't been in this job long at all, which is obviously another reason that I'm struggling, because, when you're new to anything, you're not going to be able to figure it out like that. It's going to take a lot of experimentation, and you really do have to dive deep into whatever it is you're trying to pursue. And so I finally have some clarity about how I can proceed in order to absolutely crush the next few weeks. I basically have to rebuild my skill set from the very start. It was a bit painful to hear that, I can't lie, but I have to do a retraining. I have to unlearn what I learned before and start building better habits. And that's a very good thing, because now it gave me the click, the light bulb moment in my head. Be like, so that's why I've been struggling. Who would have guessed it, right? But that's brings me back to another point about why you might be banging your head against the wall. You're frustrated that you're putting in a lot of effort, but you're not seeing returns for your work. And that is, you are an impatient, entitled little brat. And trust me, brother, I've been there too. You think that, finally I've started to grind for the first time in my life, and, the results should just come to me. Nah, bro. Do you realize how long this stuff takes to actually materialize into tangible results? Trying to do anything significant, it takes way longer and way more effort than you're probably imagining, because you see these guys who come online and they brag about this and that, and they have a flashy lifestyle, and they tell you, how quick it was. I went from broken debt to $1 million a year in just 2 years. Guess what, though? Most of them are friggin' liars. They're frauds, they're charlatans. Most of the time, they have a convenient link to send you to a landing page to get you to watch a VSL that is there to sell you something, obviously. And obviously, it is in their best interest to make it sound as effortless as possible, right? These pricks have bred an entire generation of entitled little brats who think things are going to be easy. It's not going to take any time at all. I can go from 0 to 10k a month in just 3 months because I am doing SMMA. Unfortunately, the real world doesn't work like that. You actually have to have leverage. You have to have skills in the game. Those rare individuals who manage to get those results, they have had years of experience beforehand. And then once they finally packaged up their offer and started doing the right things, then bang, results came quickly. But what you didn't see is the iceberg, the bottom of the iceberg. You've only seen the top. You know what I mean? You're not seeing the years of, freaking corporate sales experience, or whatever they did before to get them to a point of skill where all it took was 6 months to get them into the position they're in. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble a bit. This is about you, not them. You need to accept the fact that whatever you try to do is going to take way longer than you think, and it's going to be harder than you think, obviously, like I keep saying. And once you actually start to accept that in the next 10 years, your life will be completely different, then the magic will start to happen. Because once you accept the fact that it's going to take a long time, you start making long-term decisions, but you still keep putting in the same amount of effort and intensity, you'd be surprised just how quickly things can change. And I wish I could say that things are changing very rapidly for me. And they are. They are changing very rapidly with my mindset and my character. But reality has not yet caught up. My bank account has not yet caught up. But that's why money is a lagging indicator. You might have heard people say that before. A lagging indicator is something that comes after you put in the effort. And it might come a lot longer after you put in the effort than you think. And it is what it is. There's nothing you can do to change that. You just have to figure out what to do in the meantime. And that's what patience is. And apart from that, man, I think I've said enough. I don't want to start rambling because, you know, that's the way I do things sometimes. And I want to be a lot more concise. So to summarize, when you're struggling, when you're putting in a lot of effort, but you can't seem to get results, seek expert guidance and make sure that you think long term. Just be patient and the results will come. Find a way to truly enjoy the journey and the results will matter a lot less than they do now. Honestly, once you become sufficient with who you are as a person and you're proud of the effort that you're putting in, then everything changes. Trust me, brother. Now, that's all. Have a wonderful night.